In this summary of Warren Buffett's legendary speech to students about his experience in life and business gained over many decades running one of the world's largest conglomerates, Berkshire Hathaway, he discusses why many wealthy individuals continue to work rather than retire, unveils the key concepts and core principles of his business, and tells numerous fantastic stories about entrepreneurs from whom he purchased subsidiary companies. The speech, which was delivered at the University of Nebraska in 2003, has great business insights that anyone can learn from. As the leader of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren's role is to create visions and long-term goals for the company and to get those goals accomplished through other people. Berkshire Hathaway has over 150,000 employees across dozens of companies, with only 15.8 of them based in the headquarters. Most of the operating managers are very wealthy, yet they still enthusiastically work for the company. Warren's own motivation for continuing to lead Berkshire Hathaway is because he gets to create something according to his own vision, without second-guessing from others, and it is a form of creativity that utilizes his talents.
The leader of Berkshire Hathaway is to have visions and goals for the company overall with a long time horizon attached to them, and then to get those goals accomplished through other people. That's what it's all about. I can't do it myself, so I have to know where I want us to get to. I have to see over the next mountain if possible, but then I have to get a lot of other people to look over that mountain with me and really do the job. I mean, they are the ones that get it accomplished. So it's getting things done through other people. Now, Berkshire is like many large corporations in certain ways, but it's really quite different in many ways. We have over 150,000 people now working for Berkshire Hathaway in dozens of companies throughout this country primarily, and even abroad a little bit. We have exactly 15.8 people in headquarters, and Deb Ray came down with me today, so we've only got 13.8 there today, and we're probably working just as well with those 13.8 as we would if Deb and I were in the office. But that's an unusual organization. We have dozens of operating managers, CEOs of their businesses, out there running them today, and they do it without any direction from the home office except for one very limited piece of direction that I give them, which I'll get to in a second. But we have these people, and they're an unusual group of people running these businesses because most of them have sold their businesses to us, and they're very, very wealthy. 3/4 of our managers do not need to work financially. They have no reason financially to work. Probably 3/4 of them are worth at least $50 million, and we have some that are worth in the billions. And yet these people jump out of bed every morning and work, and they work weekends, and they love working. And why is that? I mean, what's the key to that? The key really is the same reason I keep working. You know, I'm 72. I'm getting Social Security now, so I should be in Florida, pushing shuffleboard around or something of the sort. But I do what I can do. Anything in the world I want to do. But what I want to do is run Berkshire Hathaway. Now, why do I want to run it that way? There's a couple things. I get to paint my own painting. I go down there every day.
Warren Buffett expresses his appreciation for shareholders and those that he is able to help by having his money in Berkshire Hathaway. He also mentions an example of philanthropic giving from Omaha, where a couple left $150 million to the University of Nebraska when they passed away. He also made mention of Clayton Homes and Flight Safety as example of businesses that have been managed for decades in a successful manner and are continuously producing positive results. The value managers place on Autonomy, Al Uletsky, has owned and operated Flight Safety with virtually no external interference since 1951. Meanwhile, Susan Jack took Borsheim's from making $4 an hour to the second largest independent jewelry business in the US. The sense of ownership managers experience over their endeavors, Susan truly owns Borsheim's despite Warren Buffett having its stock certificate and enjoying the profit coming from it. Warren Buffett recognized Jack's talent and appreciates her hard work. Warren appreciates the ability to let his managers do their own thing and believes they, too, appreciate the appreciation and applause that comes from it. The leadership principles behind Berkshire Hathaway's success involve empowering employees with the confidence to take risks and succeed. There are no meetings or catechisms when it comes to management practice, only instructions every 2 years from Warren Buffett himself. Berkshire was recently ranked as the third most admired company in the United States, but bad decisions can tarnish this reputation quickly and easily if not handled properly. Warren leads the Berkshire team by giving them the freedom to take big swings and providing them with the guidance in a letter every year. However, the only instruction Buffett gives is to remember that the company cannot afford to lose its reputation, not even a shred of it. Berkshire Hathaway's reputation has been widely praised by Fortune magazine when it ranked one of the top in the world of the most admired companies. However, it is important to remember how quickly reputation can be damaged, and that it can only take 37 minutes or less to lose it, though it has taken Berkshire Hathaway 37 years to build it. The example of Salomon Brothers highlights how fast reputations can crumble even for companies who previously held esteemed position within their industry. Warren went further to explain the lessons on integrity we all can learn from the Salomon Brothers' corporate misconduct. 1. Tommy Strauss and John Gutfreund were in charge of Salomon Brothers but failed to report a bad actor in their company, who had the necessary intelligence and energy but lacked integrity. 2. The failure to act costed them their careers, nearly destroyed the firm, and put 8,000 employees' future in jeopardy. 3. It is important not to just follow rules, but also think about how something would look if it was reported on the front page of the newspaper. 4. To do well financially, one must have intelligence, energy, and integrity. Although intelligence, energy, and integrity are all necessary qualities, integrity is more important than intelligence and energy in making good hires and choosing heroes. And integrity is a choice which everyone has the ability to make. Heroes, therefore, should be chosen carefully as they serve as an example to future generations. Warren's choice of heroes throughout his life has been individuals who he felt showed exemplary behavior and integrity. His father was his number one hero, but he has also admired people such as Tom Murphy and Ben Graham. The reason why he admired them was because of their admirable conduct, even when faced with difficult circumstances, and the fact that their actions could be reported in any newspaper without causing embarrassment. It is important to choose heroes wisely, as they will shape how a person turns out. Parents are naturally a child's hero, and what they see is in their parents' behavior will shape them more than any other influence. As for Warren, he has had many positive experiences due to his involvement with the University of Nebraska, and he owes it to his parents and ancestors who also attended the university. Through attending a class by Ray Dean, Warren learned a great deal about accounting, which has been of immense value. He often recommends to others that they learn accounting, as it is essential to succeeding in business. Warren was able to purchase Clayton Homes for $1.7 billion without ever meeting the people involved, due to their understanding of financial documents and figures developed in Ray Dean's class. So, an understanding of accounting is essential for success in business.
The people there, but I had seen enough through reading 10Ks, 10Qs, annual reports, but looking at figures, what they tell me in terms of the kind of people even running the place, the kind of accounting decisions they make and so on. I was able to make that $1.7 billion transactions over the phone. Yesterday was the first time I met the people, and their board of directors had actually approved the deal a week earlier. You know, I couldn't have done that if I hadn't have had a great time at Ray Dean's class. 53 years ago. So if I'm going to tout one thing, aside from this particular leadership class, of course, if I'm going to tout one thing, I would tell you that get comfortable with it. You know, it may not happen the first week or the first month in the class, but get very comfortable with accounting. So that I run into CEOs periodically who really don't understand it. You know, and they try to bluff their way through. You can see in their faces, they're frightened almost when somebody hands them a balance sheet or an income statement. They really don't know what it means, and they have to count on somebody else. And that's something you shouldn't count on. We make all our acquisition decisions ourselves. I mean, we don't call in consultants or anybody. We don't call in investment bankers, much to their disgust. No investment banking fees in the Clayton Homes deal, because, you know, it's my responsibility running Berkshire to understand enough about our acquisition decisions to make them based on the numbers that I see and what I see there.
That's some great wisdom nuggets from Warren Buffett. I hope you got some value from this video today. Go out there, take the world and do exploits. We hope to hear about your success someday on the front pages of the newspapers.